what do you think that the new Taurus, which in many senses is still rather European, and essentially kind of conservatively designed, how do you feel it'll succeed better than the 500 did?
Well, I think the 500 was really a car that was probably misunderstood a little bit, and I think it was a great car. And I think people have driven the car, people own the car, really like it. I just think probably it lacked the excitement that we need in terms of design to get people into the car. And what we tried to do with this is really change the image of the car from maybe a sort of practical family stand to something much more of a driver sort of car that people really want to get into and drive. And I think the exterior design is obviously the major part in terms of attracting people to the car, and then the car itself as a driver on the interior has to be as exciting as the exterior.
So you see it less as a family car than a...
I think one of the things we're saying about this car is the family car these days is maybe a concept that isn't as strong as it used to be. People want a vehicle to carry families. They use an SUV, they use a crossover. So the large sedan is probably much more of an individual car now. And if you can carry the family in it, great. But it's not really the main purpose of people buying it.
Looking at the design of it, right? It's really interesting, like where it was designed, like how the process happened, because the front is a very European, Martin Smith type European design, and a very American Freeman Thomas kind of rear end to it. And how are these two design languages being harmonized?
Well, I think first of all the car has to be designed so it looks like one car. We think the front and the back do go together, and I think one of the things we're doing with the front is we've actually taken the 3-bar grille and changed that quite dramatically, but there's still a recognisable 3-bar grille there. We've introduced the trapezoidal grille at the lower, which we've also done on the Fusion. We've also done on the Focus as well. So, and that's really it is a link to where Ford of Europe's going. As we move into the future, we're going to be sharing more and more cars. So we are trying to get together there. I think the rear is although it's sort of influenced by the Interceptor show car, it's actually still got a lot more sculpture than that, and maybe a lot more emotion to the surfacing. But the graphics are strong from the Interceptor. So it's a really strong statement. So we want to keep it. One of the special things about this car is the speed that we put into production. But we were tweaking with the clay probably up to 3 months ago in some areas of the car, and which is amazing just to get this close to production that quickly. So we've had to use a lot of digital tools that we haven't used before. We've had to eliminate some processes of modelling that we normally do to do checkouts or prove-outs, as we call them. And so we've got digital tools now that allow us to do that with massive power walls. We have the digital capability to the software to show us highlights to the nth degree. So we're getting more and more confident to do that kind of stuff digitally, which saves us a lot of time.
How long was the whole design process overall?
It's always difficult to say how long the design process was, because when the design starts, when it finishes, it's probably about 12 months in terms of start from sketching of a paper to the final clay model saying the program's approved at that point.
That's insane.
Sorry? No, it's a lot quicker than we've done it in the past. Put it that way.